3, 2, 1. Hi. Hi, and welcome to episode 7. Hi, and welcome to episode 7 of 90 Seconds, our live show series where you get to see us solve your questions. Roy will be joining us today again for the third time already, and we really love having you on the show. He is one of our in-house Elementor experts with many years of experience building websites. So welcome and good luck. Also, just a quick reminder of the rules. First off, the show is for you, so go ahead and ask your questions in the chat. Make sure that they're Elementor how to related. Could be designs, layouts, certain effects. It could also be new Elementor features, such as transform, for example. What we'll do is we'll choose questions from the chat, and we have 90 seconds to solve each one. And when the time is up, you get to decide what to do. Either we continue solving it, or we go on to the next one. Now, also, based on your feedback, we've decided to add another fun element to the show. So, from now on, I have 2 time extension cards to use when an interesting question requires more time. Alright. And as a little thank you from us, of course, participants who ask questions in the chat, they'll be entered into a raffle to win an awesome prize, which I'll announce at the end of the event. Alright, so either if you're viewing this on Facebook or YouTube, we'd appreciate it if you could like and subscribe to our channel as well. Okay, so to get the ball rolling, we'll start with an unanswered question from the previous episode. Ready?
Well, yes, also no, but also yes.
Alright. So question 1 from Steve Quinn on YouTube. He asked, what is the best practice for setting anchor links in menus? He added that he finds that his menu with links to anchors doesn't work when the menu is used on sub-page versus homepage. Alright, so this sounds like a link issue.
It does.
Roy, 90 seconds.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Okay, I think what he's having, he has links within the homepage, but once you go to a page outside of the homepage, those links, they aren't there. So when you click it, it doesn't know where to go because those anchors don't exist in that page. So that means I click home, it doesn't go home. So the issue is, go to your menu and to your homepage, copy your homepage URL. All right?
Right, so that's the base URL.
Yeah, so if you go to appearance and menus, that means instead of pasting, having only those anchors, put the URL before them. So it's gonna be the URL, hash, and about. How much time do I have for the first seconds?
We got time.
Okay, one more and we're done. Okay, let's save the menu. So now, those anchors would still work. But if I go to blog, and then I'm gonna back to home, it will work because it has the full URL inside. Right?
Okay, so we hope that answers the question. Let's
20 seconds to go.
Let's move on to the next one. Shutki Art Studio on YouTube is asking, can scroll snap and sticky header work together? If so, please explain. I'm a newbie.
Can scroll snap?
So can scroll snap and a sticky header
can work together.
It sounds like some padding. We just had some content on that as well. Sounds like a poem. All right. Yeah, we'll do it. 90 seconds. Let's go.
Okay, let's go. So let's go, and we can have other. Okay, click the cog, page settings, advanced. Then we have the scroll snap. But if we would activate it as it is, our sticky header, it will just hide it. So you have the option to have some padding, so it will push the content down a bit.
So what you do is you set the snap position to the top of the section. So when you click the link, the anchor takes it down to that section.
Yeah, so now we have like more space.
And you added the padding space
because
to account for the...
Yeah, for example, this menu is 90 pixels, so I would add 90 pixels, you know, play with it.
Cool.
And we have...
All right, we got some extra time. Let's move on to the next one. Annual Sorrenti on YouTube is asking a question about column stacking order / dimension. In a 3-column layout, so 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, how to change dimensions in mobile and or tablet example 20, 60, 20, and 40, 20, 40, and the column order.
I hope you have that memorized.
All right.
I don't.
It's a lot of mobile settings that we have. So, and the order, and also the column width percentage, I guess. 90 seconds. Let's do it.
Okay, so we're gonna use just one column, no multiple columns, and we're gonna stack multiple widgets together. I have as a favorite the image box. If you don't use the favorite widget, you should. So I dragged one image, and she said, 3 columns on desktop, right? So let's make it custom and add, let's say, 30%. And we're gonna duplicate them and it's gonna be stacked. But they are aligned to the left. So let's click this icon and we're
column settings.
Yes, column settings. We're gonna horizontal align, let's say space between. So it's gonna always spread no matter which screen you have. Which means now we can also change it. On each one of them, she wanted, how much time? 40 seconds? Okay. Let's click and switch to tablet view. And which means the tablet view, we can have like, let's say, how many percentage you want?
40, 60, 40? No, that doesn't make sense. It's 140.
That's 100%.
20,
no,
40.
Okay. Let's say 50, 50, 50, okay.
50, 50 bits, what's that?
Yeah, let's
All
change it. Okay, so let's say 50, 50, 50 on tablet and also on, and let's say 100% on, how much time? Oh, God damn it. 100% on, or 150-50.
All right. So that's using custom position, but you can also, of course, set, if you're using 3 columns, you can use the column width with percentages and set that to the percentage you want.
But you can also use,
all right, the time is up. We really hope that answered the question.
I hope so.
Thank you. Next, we move on to the next one. Nathan K. Smith on YouTube is asking, how do you make a contact form move down? So to make a contact form move down as the user scrolls down the page. All right?
The contact page will move
the contact
down
form
while the user scrolls.
Yeah, I think it's like maybe a motion effects applying it on the form widget, I guess, when you're scrolling down and it's...
So you won't be able to click it because it always goes down.
Well, maybe we can add a subtle animation. A subtle animation. We hope that that's the question.
I hope so too. Unless it means on fixed positioning, maybe. Yes.
Let's see if we can show both in 90 seconds.
You know what? Let's go for the sticky one, okay?
Let's go for the sticky one.
Yeah,
90 seconds. Sure. Let's go.
Okay, so let's say I'll go to contact and here I have, no, this is too short. Okay, let's say this one, I'm gonna make it a mean height of, let's say 100 VH. Okay, and we wanna add a contact menu, okay, a form. All right, let's add a form here. And we're gonna make it fixed, okay? And it's gonna be, let's go to positioning.
So you go to the advanced tab
and fixed, and also make sure it's custom position. It's gonna be yay wide. So what does fixed mean? It's removed from the flow of the website. It means it's gonna be all over. You do have the option that it's when you hit like motion effects and let's make it sticky, you have the option that it will stay only inside the column.
All right.
So that means, no, it doesn't work the way I did it. Oh man, time's up.
That's cool. Do you know what? Maybe we can also show the other option. What do you think?
The other option that to add some motion effect.
Yeah.
It is also an option.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the extension card.
Okay.
And let's do it. Let's just show that. Let's delete this one and add a new one and show adding a motion effect, a subtle one on the form widget.
Well, I guess what he meant, maybe, we add a scrolling effect and you can add some vertical scrolling. So this means that while you're scrolling, it has the effect of
moving up and down in the opposite direction.
Yeah, and you can also set it to move only when you reach half of the screen.
So if you set the viewport to 50%, then only after scrolling halfway through the page, the motion effect will start. All right.
Yeah, that means, that's
okay.
That's also an
Well,
option.
we really hope that answered the question. Let's move on to the next one. Romain Coretti on YouTube is asking how to apply column gap, no gap, to all sections of a site with some CSS maybe.
All
So he wants to
sections
have global, all sections on a site for the column gap to be set to no gap. Maybe CSS snippets? Or...
No, I think it's on. But wait.
All right.
Let's time it.
Of course, let's do it. 90 seconds. Roy, are you ready?
Am I ever?
Let's go.
Okay. 90 seconds. I think if you go to site settings and layout, you can. No. Yeah. I thought it was there.
Maybe we can go to like where we've got in settings, Elementor settings, we've got some custom code, right?
Yeah.
And add that maybe for this specific class.
You can add that to that specific class.
For all sections.
For all section. I thought under layout. Ah, wait, it does. Widget space.
That's the gap?
That's the gap.
Set the default space between
Yeah,
widgets.
that means the default is 20.
Wakey, wakey.
So like,
Right.
they wouldn't believe how many times you just have to look up things
Okay, so there's
that
no
you do on a
CSS
daily
needed
basis.
for that.
You can.
You set that to 0. But
Yeah,
right?
it's called widget space.
Widget space.
Yeah,
All right.
that's
means column gap.
That is the column gap.
All right.
Yeah, I will have to look it up.
Okay,
But
so we'll look it up just to get...
This should cover it, okay?
All right, cool.
But if anyway, I'll post in the hub in case I am mistaken.
All right, so we'll
But
look out for the
this,
post.
Yeah, that means you can add 0 and that's it. That's globally.
Awesome. Let's move on to the next question. Robert Irish on Facebook is asking, I want to create a header in which the first row has a logo in the right and contact icons in the left. Under the first row, I have a second row that includes the menu. The problem, what do I do in mobile when I need to have only the logo at the center and the hamburger on the right? All of this without using a hidden section, which is the go-to solution I'm using now.
I need that in writing.
Do you want me to?
And drawing.
I'm just going to go over it again. Okay. So he's asking. He wants to create a header. In which the first row. Okay.
Okay. So
the first column has a logo in the right.
Okay.
Or the first row. So the first section, I guess.
The first row has
a logo on the right and the contact icons on the left. And under the first row, there's a second row. Okay. That includes the menu. All right. Scroll down. There we go. The problem, what do I do on mobile when I need to have only the logo at the center and the hamburger on the right? Okay. All of this without using hidden sections. So he wants to have the logo in the center and the hamburger on the right.
The logo on the center.
On mobile, without using hidden.
This is, I mean, it's hard to wrap around. Okay. Let's start the timer. Okay, so we're
Let's be on the clock.
Yeah, okay.
90 seconds. Let's go.
Yeah, but
all right.
Anyway, so
okay.
What we don't have, you can accomplish this using CSS if you use, it's called order. Now the upcoming container, okay, it's who's using the
Dev edition.
The Dev edition, yeah. The container has something called order. It's gonna be a new section. That means that on mobile, you can reorder the items. It means like the default is gonna be like 1, 2, 3.
And that's upcoming soon.
I mean, you can already test it, there are already videos online. Right now, you can hack it with some CSS, which means that I can click, and that means I will have to write a media query that it's like if screen is smaller than 800 pixels, then I'm gonna write selector. I mean, I'm not. For example, selector.
Well, that's also what he was referring to, right? Where you use it to hide on.
Yeah, so it's gonna be selector order 3 for this specific widget, but you need to add like a media query. Maybe I'll have time to write it a full solution.
All right.
But it's like more than.
Maybe you can dedicate some time to write.
Yeah, I need like more than a minute and a half.
Let's move on to the next question. Jesper Metzen on YouTube is asking, can you, for example, write text on only mobile without affecting the desktop? To write text only on mobile without affecting the desktop. 90 seconds, let's do it.
Oh, okay. So, this is why I call a helper class. This means that if I go to the, let's say, let's go to the page. And this CSS can be global or like per page. That means I'll have to write down that if, okay, I'm gonna use a class. That means this code maybe also will appear on the hub. Okay, let's only, and the max width is gonna be 767 pixels. Okay, this means that let's call it hide on desktop. Okay, it's gonna be a dot.
So it means that this on mobile you'll see it. Mobile devices you'll see this text, but on desktop it won't. That's
yeah, or the opposite. Which one?
Yes, he wants to show it on mobile devices, but not on desktop.
Okay, so this one will be hidden on desktop. It's going to be display none. With this means that every time I add this class without the dot, so which means you can even hide part of a text. Let's say I just want to add this one. I'm gonna add.
Got 10 seconds left.
Oh god damn it!
All right, I think we need a little bit more.
Slash.
How many did I already? One I used, right?
Yes,
one?
It's gonna be our second one.
Okay, so this is going to be the second and final one. Let's just finish it. Let's show it.
Okay. Let me recap.
Okay.
What I did. Okay, I wrote some code. Okay, I'm gonna explain it in a second.
Okay.
So this means I add a span and a class called hide on desktop. Okay, and hide on desktop.
TOP. Cool.
Hide on desktop. Oh man.
You added that in the title field with the actual live text above it.
What?
You added it in the title field with the live text above it as a span. You gave the class.
Yes.
And now this class basically over here in page settings, in the advanced tab custom CSS, you added a media query that hides everything that's associated with that class.
Yes.
On desktop devices. Okay.
Yes. So this means I can add a span, and this will hide only this one. I won't have time to work it.
Cool.
But I will write the code.
All right.
And you can also add a class, even though you don't have a class because we have unresponsive hide on mobile. But if you want like specific
Very
words.
specific.
What?
All right. We hope that answers the question. Let's move on to the next one. Benjamin on YouTube is asking how to create a header that changes color on scrolling down.
A header that changes color
on scrolling down.
90
seconds. Let's go.
Okay. So I so happened to write a blog post about shrinking sticky header in Elementor, and there I added the code. For example, I added just this code, which means it also shrinks. It also has some shadow, and you can also change the color. That means that if you just paste that code I have there and just paste it, and let's, you know what? Let's click and edit header at the top. And yeah, let's save changes. And while you add the header, make sure of two things. One, the section holding the header, the tag has to be header.
So by default, it will be set to
HTML
tag default.
Great for SEO, and call it sticky header. So that means that just paste that code. It can be anywhere in the header itself. It could be in the global CSS. Just add a code, and you can change. You can add the color. I have the explanations. You can just.
So we'll go ahead and share the blog post, of course. But what you're saying is just add this code. Make sure that it's set to header, the HTML tag, and that you've got the class.
Yes, just make sure that the section is set to sticky
header. And then in
header.
the code itself, you can change the color that you wanted to change to with the hex color.
Yes, and then you can also have the logo. I have the code how to make the logo shrink, the text shrink. Also, people ask me questions and also explain them how to shrink more elements. I'm the shrinker.
All right, just in time. So let's move on to the next question. Which is from Alida Fanfin on YouTube, and she's asking in a form, can I have all fields on the left and just the message box on the right with the same height of all the fields? Want me to repeat it?
I know, but this will require some CSS.
Okay, we ran out of extra time. We can still ask for extra time. You think 90 seconds? Shall we attempt it?
No. This is a question I'll post it in the hub. We'll add a link, and I'll show her how to do it.
Okay.
It'll look great. It'll work great. I just need time to
All right.
paste that code because it's very
So sorry about that, but Roy over here is going to spend some time to explain it properly.
I will.
And share it with everybody. Let's move on. Colton Christensen on Facebook is asking, I want to learn about lazy load. That's it. Explain some basics about the lazy load, how it works, where, what, 90 seconds? Let's
Okay.
go.
Listen, lazy load works best with the video widget.
What is lazy load?
Okay, lazy load, that means instead of loading all the elements, I mean, when the browser loads a page, it loads every image, every video, every asset. But lazy load saves time and bandwidth, which means pages load faster.
Lazy
Now,
load means that only when you start scrolling and the elements appear, that's when it will actually load
Only-
the assets
Exactly.
and the weight.
So all the images by default in Elementor are set to lazy load, which means that even if you have like lots of galleries, they will let only once you scroll to them. Also all the galleries. But let's say you add a video, okay? Let's say we add, we are still in the header. Let's click
there we
edit
go. Back to the
page, that's
page.
why. Okay, so let's add a video right here. So by default, you see that lazy load isn't checked. So especially when you're adding videos, just check it. It's unchecked, but by default because it's
So if you put
it's
this
your
in the
choice.
hero section, of course, because it's,
Yeah,
you see it will
Yeah, but
start playing.
but if you put it below, this is one of the things that really hurts page performance. If you add videos, especially after the hero, without
We also have
lazy load.
Sorry, yes. Also autoplay, right? You can also control that, and there's other
Yeah,
settings for the
autoplay,
videos.
and also if you
We ran out of time. Let's move on to the next
but
one.
we had so much fun.
And also, okay, so let's move on to this question.
Okay.
Shutki's Art Studio on YouTube is asking how to make. And by the way, just like I thought, this is the last question. So let's give it our best. How to make a 3-column to a 2-column to a 1-column for tablet and mobile, other than creating content and hiding them from the responsive tab. So that sounds.
What?
So he wants to make a 3-column to a 2-column to a 1-column. Okay, so 100% for mobile. Other than creating content and hiding them from the responsive tab. So I guess we can show custom width for this as well. This is actually very close to what you showed earlier.
Yeah.
And then we can show maybe some responsive behavior and tweaking that for tablet and mobile.
Yeah, so the whole point that what we did that you
90 seconds?
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
90 seconds, okay. Okay. So as I said, this means that your items, they will always stretch no matter.
Yes.
I mean,
because they're all in one section, in one column.
In one section, yeah. So yeah, of course, and the spacing between them is fluid. So what he's looking is that when he switches to tablet, then what? What was the question?
Let's show him. Maybe we can drag and show how the responsive behavior is by default. So first of all, let's explain what's going on here if some viewers just joined. What we have over here is we've got a column with 3 widgets.
Yes.
And these widgets, they've been given custom positions in the advanced tab.
Yes.
Custom width. Okay, not position, custom width.
Yeah, each one of
so
them.
So they each take up 30%.
Yes, so each one of them, if I go to
33%.
If I go to desktop, I said 30, so there has some breathing room between them.
And you align them as well. Now let's just go back to the tablet mode.
So this means that let's say it makes more difference that now on
so on mobile he just wanted it to be 100%.
Yeah, this can be 100 and this one can be 50 and the other one can be let's say.
So if he doesn't want to use 3 columns and just use 1 column that behaves responsively, you should go to positioning. All right, the time is up. Great. Well, that's it. It's our 7th episode already. It's come to an end. Let's just give a big round of applause to Roy. You really did a great job, and we hope that you enjoyed as much as we did and you learned something new. Also, I'd like to invite you to check out our experts network, where you'll find Elementor experts just like Roy, Doron, Sam, and Asaf, also from our previous episodes. It's a great place to market yourself and to collaborate with others on projects. Also, check out the hub. Roy's going to be posting the posts
I'll post
in detail.
all the answers. Give me time. This is live.
We'll make sure that that on our social media you'll see that. All right, so time for the raffle. There really were many questions, so thank you for that. But the only question that remains is who's going to win the $100 gift card? All right, let's see who wins today. And the winner is Alida van Veen. All right, so congratulations, Alida. Please contact us today via 90 seconds, that's 90sec@elementor.com, so that we can give it to you. And that's it. Thank you for joining, and see you in the next episode, set to take place Thursday, March 3rd, exactly 1 month from now. So keep your eyes peeled on your social media and come prepared with your how-to questions. And lastly, this show really is for you, so please answer our short survey, which I'll leave in the event notes, so that we can get your feedback and make it even better. So thank you, and ciao for now.